France is on fire, literally and politically. Massive strikes, nationwide protests and clashes with police are shaking the very core of the country. Why? The government has announced sweeping budget cuts that could change the lives of millions, and the fallout might not stop just at France's borders. But there is real question: what does it mean for you, wherever you live? Stay tuned, because this isn't just another local protest. This is warning sign for the entire world. At the heart of chaos is a controversial decision by French government to slash billions from public spending. The cuts target healthcare, pension, public transport and education. According to Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire, these cuts are necessary to stabilize the economy and reduce national debt. France's debt has climbed to over 110% of its GDP, one of the highest in the EU. But for everybody citizen, these cuts feel like a direct attack on their quality of life. The response? Absolute outrage. Unions have united in what they are calling La Grande Grève, or the Great Strike. Millions of workers across the country, from train drivers and teachers to healthcare workers, have walked off the job. Major cities like Paris, Marseille and Lyon have been brought to a standstill. Public transport is frozen, schools are closed, and hospitals are overwhelmed. Even police forces are quietly expressing frustration, saying they have been stretched to their limits managing the protests. And it isn't just a protest, it's a full-blown uprising. A French union leader saying that they can't accept the cuts. Here's are the thing: France is Europe's second largest economy and a founding member of the European Union. When France's economy shakes, it creates shakes wave across Europe. These budget cuts are tied to broader EU rules of fiscal discipline known as the Stability and Growth Pact. If France collapses under public pressure and reverses its cuts, other struggling nations like Italy or Spain might follow. This could lead to market instability, a drop in the euro, and even higher energy prices worldwide. In other words, if France sneezes, the global economy catches a cold. The French government insists these measures are unavoidable. President Emmanuel Macron argues that without cuts, France could face credit downgrades and a spiral of debt similar to what Greece faced during its financial crisis. This will be a disaster for France and for its nation for many decades. In his last speech, Macron said, "We must act now, or we risk our nation's future stability." France has many shops around Europe, like Auchan and Carrefour. Just in Poland itself, there are 1,000 French Carrefours and hundreds other French shops like Auchan and Intermarché and much other like Orange. If the France will face the problem in their own country, those companies can be replaced by other competitors. That's why Macron said, "We must act now or we risk our nation's future stability." France, without profit from big countries like Poland where they are based, with such as a lot of shops, will go down. but critics argue that these cuts place the burden squarely on what working class while leaving the wealthiest untouched. This is what they always say. So, how this affect you personally? Risking costs. If instability grows, the euro could weaken, affecting imports and pushing up prices for food and fuel. But France is not so important as they think, because this is only one country. There are also Germany, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Belgium, Finland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Slovakia, Croatia and much more nations like Austria that are using euro. France is not only key player in the eurozone. It's a big country, but the collapse of the French economy doesn't mean that all the countries around in Europe could face similar problems. As if, let's say, big marks like Auchan and Carrefour will collapse, then those will be replaced by local shops, so that it can even strengthen other countries on the price, on the expense of French companies and French economy. So French may lose, but other nations can get better, as the French companies in other EU countries don't pay taxes, they pay taxes in France. So those new shops that will replace Auchan and Carrefour in Spain, in Poland, and across the European Union will pay taxes there where they are placed. French stands at a crossroads. Will the government push through with its cuts, risking more unrest? Or will the people force a historic reversal that reshapes Europe's future? Either way, what happens in France will affect far more than just its citizens, but it is a normal process. This is a normal mathematical formula. If something bad is happening in a big country like Spain, Germany, France, Italy, Poland and other big economies, then that usually will affect other European countries, but not always. What do you think about these cuts and protests? Should governments prioritize debt or public services? Let me know in the comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into global events that matter to you. Thank you very much. I hope to see you soon on my channel. Bye bye.